the Louisiana vape ban and how it is going to affect smoke shops and consumable hemp stores. I'm Queen, the veiled lawyer with Belter Law Firm, here to talk about the Louisiana vape ban. Now, we heard about the Louisiana vape ban around last year or so, but what happened back then was a preliminary injunction was filed. A preliminary injunction means to temporarily stop or halt something from happening. So the preliminary injunction was granted. It temporarily halted the vape ban from being enforced by the Louisiana ATC, Alcohol Tobacco Control. But now the Louisiana vape ban is an official law and it has officially went into effect on March 18th, 2024. Now, what is vaping for the people who do not know? Vaping is using an electronic device to create a vapor of nicotine or tobacco substances. Now, I'm not sure if y'all remember, but I remember when vaping first came on the scene, it was marketed as a healthier alternative to cigarettes and tobacco, traditional cigarettes and tobacco that you actually light with the flame. So it took off, it went crazy. Everywhere you went, people were vaping. Even now, everywhere you go, people are vaping. Also, what really took off with the marketing, besides it being a healthier alternative, was that a lot of the times it was odorless. So I've been in places where people have literally been vaping inside of the building, okay? Hospitals, malls, movie theaters. I've been in places like that where people are clearly vaping. So vaping took off and it took off like crazy. But what people fail to realize is that vaping is still tobacco, vaping is still nicotine. Even the alternative products, still a form of tobacco, still a form of nicotine as well. So, with that came a lot of health issues, a lot of children being addicted to it, and sadly, a lot of people have lost their lives because of their vaping addiction. I knew that this day was going to come. I just didn't know when it was going to come. But Louisiana, it came March 18th, 2024. So if you are a smoke shop owner or you have consumable hemp products as well, you definitely want to protect yourself from being penalized by the Louisiana ATC for selling unregulated and prohibited vape products in your shop. So I do not want any of you to end up in a sticky situation with the ATC. So Louisiana ATC, they are now requiring that all vape or alternative nicotine products be registered on the vape directory. And to do so, it must meet one of four requirements. And those requirements are very lengthy, so I'm going to read it off to you, okay? One, the products must be on the U.S. market as of August 8th, 2016, and the manufacturer must have applied for a pre-market tobacco order application prior to September 9th, 2020, pursuant to federal law, and the pre-market tobacco order application remains under review by the FDA. Or two, any vape products or alternative nicotine products on the U.S. market that the FDA has issued a no marketing order, but the agency or federal court has issued a stay order or an injunction during the pendency of the manufacturer's appeal, or the order has been appealed and remains pending, or the manufacturer has received a marketing order or other authorization under federal law for vapor or alternative nicotine products from the FDA. That's number three. Then you have four. The commissioner of the Louisiana ATC may approve a vape or alternative nicotine product without a pre-marketing tobacco application order if a manufacturer can demonstrate to the commissioner of the ATC that the FDA has issued a rule, guidance, or any other formal statement that temporarily exempts that product from federal pre-market tobacco application requirements and provide sufficient evidence that the product is compliant with federal rules, guidance, or other formal statements. It sounded like a lot because it is a lot. So now what we have is that most of the vape products, which I knew were being sold, they are now prohibited. Now, before the vape ban came into effect, I knew that most of those products were 100% unregulated, but they weren't illegal. So I didn't say anything. Personally, I choose to not vape. That's just my thing. But I know there's a huge market for it, and people are not going to stop. So those now unregulated and prohibited products, you can no longer sell those. My Louisiana smoke shop owners, please do not find yourself in a situation where you're being penalized and maybe even criminalized by the ATC for selling these unregulated products. If you do want to go forward with selling vape or alternative nicotine products, you have to make sure that your products are registered on the vape directory, and get with the manufacturer of those products to make sure. But always keep in mind, anytime you have to register something with the Louisiana ATC, that comes with registration fees as well. So you always want to keep that in mind, especially if you're a manufacturer of those products. Anytime you want to have anything registered and sell within Louisiana underneath a permit that you receive from Louisiana ATC, it is what it is. You have to pay those registration fees, and those fees are annual fees. So my fellow smoke shop owners, especially those who sell consumable hemp, y'all know how I feel about my hemp and my cannabis. I don't want you all to find yourself in a situation where your permits or your licenses are revoked because you have been caught still selling unregulated, unlicensed, and prohibited vape or alternative nicotine products. If you have any questions, comment below. Also, any thoughts about the vape ban? How do y'all feel about it? Comment below. Let me know. Queen, the veiled lawyer with Belter Law Firm.